government is also looking to scale up this project further under a phase 2 of the program, where the remaining 10,000 samples also will be fully sequenced, and all the data is being archived at a biological data center. This data, this genomic data, would be made available to pharmaceutical companies, medical research organizations, scientific institutions, so that they can understand the genetic mutations.
जेनेटिक म्यूटेशन करना अच्छी चीज है भाई, कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि स्पाइडरमैन वाला दुनिया हो जाए.
Into the millions of mutations which might be seen, and accordingly we can identify the markers of various diseases. The genetic markers can be flagged, and this will help in developing precision medicine.
Enforcement
See, the Global Human Genome Project, the problem with that was it was largely Eurocentric. Even though samples were collected from around the world, it would not do justice to the genetic diversity of India and the population diversity of India. So we needed a national level project for that. Now, since the data was missing before the Genome India project, if you look at the available drugs, vaccines, diagnostic tools, and the general medical research which is available, it was largely based on Western studies, Western trials. You take a Western pharmaceutical company based out of US or Europe, they would have developed a drug or a vaccine based on the genetic markers and the disease profile of their population. So that may not be perfectly suited for Indian conditions, for Indian genetics. So that is why it is important to understand the genetic markers within our population, so that we can develop better drugs, better diagnostic tools, better vaccines which can be more effective. We can bring in policy measures to prevent certain diseases which get inherited from generation to generation. So genetic hereditary diseases can be better tackled. That is why a study like this is extremely important. Not just from a healthcare perspective, but also from a policy making perspective. So I hope all of you have understood this key topic. So based on this, take up this practice question for your mains answer writing practice. Based on what we have discussed, try to write an answer and post your answers in the comment section. Now let's move on to the next article. On page 13 and 14, we have two related articles connected to Iran's controversial nuclear weapons program.
Controversial nuclear program? अब क्या नहीं?
Very detailed article in today's paper, which actually helps us understand in detail the entire background of Iran's nuclear weapons program.
भाई ईरान का nuclear
tensions between US and Iran.
इनका अलग भाई, भारत पाकिस्तान वाला चलता रहता है.
First, let me tell you the context in which the topic is in news, and then we can break down this topic. In fact, I'll be going beyond the article, and I'll give you a comprehensive
City
understanding of this topic
Enforcement
today.
Ranchi Nagar Nigam.
See, currently, the Trump administration in the US has issued a final warning for Iran. US has warned Iran to negotiate a new nuclear deal to put an end to Iran's nuclear
हम तो भाई
enrichment
सिटी
and its
इन्फोर्समेंट के
weapons
पीछे ही
program.
चलेंगे, यही बनना चाहते हैं.
If these talks
मेरे
fail,
आगे अगर ये गाड़ी चलता है तो
Donald
यहाँ से
Trump
रिकॉर्ड
has
करते
threatened military
हैं.
action against